11 days of protests come to a halt with Amma playing peacemaker. The state cabinet will call for the suspension of work at Kudankulam's nuclear plant with the resolution tomorrow.
Requested us to call off the hunger strike immediately, and we have promised the Honorable Chief Minister that we would do it.
The Prime Minister's emissary promises to take Amma's message to him. Karunanidhi echoes similar sentiments towards the centre. The state's local body elections will be held in two phases. Filing of nominations begin tomorrow and counting will be on the 21st of next month. Bring in a balanced representation for SCs at all wards in the corporation. A petitioner moves the Madras High Court. The state government to reply in 2 weeks. Ahead of the local body polls, the Madras High Court sets aside the state government's notification on merging Tiruvembur Town Panchayat with Trichy Corporation. Peddling for a local body post, this differently abled gentleman gives up his government job in a bid to serve the people of his state. What can put a full stop to this degrading act? Labourers still employed to clean up the city's muck even after the High Court's stern orders. Toddler Kavita is still missing. Join her parents in their search for their little one. Child sex ratio in the state drops to 946. UNICEF studies reveals that 50% of the state's primary health centres show a declining trend. And no thanks is what Dhanush tells a Bollywood filmmaker who wanted to cast the National Award winner as Rajni Jr. in his biopic. Welcome to the news tonight on NDTV Hindu with me, Evelyn Matthew. This Wednesday evening is packed with the day's big stories from the local zones around you. But before that, a look at the national headlines as well. Advani meets the RSS chief and says that he has got more than the Prime Minister's post amid speculation of who's the BJP candidate in 2014. The army to the rescue again. This cheetah chopper and its officers save the stranded bus and its passengers. As politicians like Rahul Gandhi fly in, the monks of this 160-year-old monastery ask who will rebuild it. The Planning Commission draws out a new cap for BPL, according to which those spending more than 32 rupees a day will not fall in the category. And a day after the export ban on onions was lifted, the wholesale price goes up 3 times, despite a government assurance it would have no impact. The fate of Tamil Nadu's nuclear plant situated in Kudankulam is now in the Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh's hands. 11 days after protests and fasts by men and women in the coastal side came a reassurance from none other than the Chief Minister, Ms. Jayalalitha, soon after which 100 villagers who were on a fast have decided to end their hunger strike. In fact, the state cabinet has now decided to seek the suspension of work at the nuclear plant till fears are allayed. For this, a special resolution will be passed tomorrow. Representatives of the protesting lot met Amma today and were given assurances to safeguard their interests.
We had a very cordial meeting with the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. She was very patient and courteous. She listened to all our demands, and after giving a very patient hearing to our demands, she decided that she would convene the cabinet meeting tomorrow itself, and she would request the central government to stop the work at Kudankulam project until further notice, and she would also request for a team to go and meet the Honorable Prime Minister. The Minister has also requested us to call off the hunger strike immediately, and we have promised the Honorable Chief Minister that we would do it. We are doing it now, and we will also do it again. As soon as we reach the village, we will tell the people all the details that we have discussed with the Chief Minister and call it off one more time, so that those people will also feel included in the decision making.
Now, the DMK chief for once seems to be on the same page as that of Amma. He welcomed the withdrawal of the hunger strike by the protesters near Kudankulam and said that the centre and the state have to uphold the assurances about the plant being used for the people's welfare. So the final truce today came after the Prime Minister sent Senior Minister V. Narayanaswamy to gauge local opinion and to reassure villagers in Kudankulam that their safety and their livelihood was not at risk. After his meeting with the Chief Minister Jayalalitha today, Mr. Narayanaswamy said he would brief the Prime Minister about the situation when he returns to Delhi. He added that it would be Dr. Manmohan Singh who would decide whether preparations at the nuclear plant should be put on hold. The first reactor was meant to become operational next month. Mr. Narayanaswamy has also met the Governor, Mr. Rozaya, today and was lauded for his efforts at Kudankulam. Now, here's what the Prime Minister's emissary, Mr. Narayanaswamy, had to say after his meeting with Ms. Jayalalitha today.
The Honorable Prime Minister directed me to visit Kudankulam, where the people are sitting on hunger strike and also meet the Honorable Chief Minister, Tamil Nadu. Accordingly, I went to Kodangulam yesterday and went to the place Idinjakarai where the people are sitting on hunger strike and heard their views. And thereafter today morning, just now, I met the Honorable Chief Minister and explained to Honorable Chief Minister about the discussion which I had with the people who have been sitting on hunger strike. The Honorable Chief Minister also conveyed the certain message to be told to the Honorable Prime Minister. That I will be conveying the message to the Honorable Prime Minister just now.
Well, it looks like the central and the state governments have some breathing time. After 10 days of continuous protests, they have received a final breakthrough as representatives of more than 8,000 protesters at Kudankulam announced the withdrawal of their indefinites past. A hasty decision by the protesters or a nervous central government? Well, this is seen as a clear victory for Chief Minister Jayalalitha. Day 11 of fast by the 127 protesters showed no signs of breaking. And then came the googly from the protesters' representatives.
The Chief Minister has also requested us to call off the hunger strike immediately, and we have promised the Honorable Chief Minister that we would do it.
This decision is believed to have come after the Chief Minister had promised to appeal to the Prime Minister and safeguard their interests. She issued a statement saying the Tamil Nadu cabinet will meet tomorrow to seek suspension of work at Kudankulam nuclear plant till people's fears are allayed. We will pass a resolution to this effect. It was also only after the Chief Minister had written a stern letter to the Prime Minister to provide a solution to this issue that Union Minister Narayanaswamy landed in Kudankulam. His assurances that the residents were priority had not impressed the protesters.
And explained to Honorable Chief Minister about the discussion which I had with the people who have been sitting on hunger strike. The Honorable Chief Minister also conveyed the certain message to be told to the Honorable Prime Minister. That I will be conveying the message to the Honorable Prime Minister just now.
I think the central government is using delaying tactics. I think the Honorable Narayanaswamy came only because of the Chief Minister's prodding.
The DMK, which had remained a silent spectator until now, welcomed the protesters' decision.
While Jayalalitha's letter to the Prime Minister on Monday itself was seen as a U-turn after her political allies began mounting pressure on her to intervene, the centre's swift response in sending down Union Minister Narayanaswamy and finally the protesters calling off their fast, all in a matter of just 72 hours. But the one person seen smiling through it all is Chief Minister Jayalalitha. But if the state government can actually continue to turn their charm on to the protesters while the centre continues to mull over strategy will have to be seen. In Chennai, with camera person Kutti Raja, Pratiksha Ramkumar for NDTV Hindu.
Moving on to news on the forthcoming civic polls, the local body elections are to be held in 2 phases. The first phase of polling is slated for the 17th of October, while the second phase of polling is to be held on the 19th of October. The filing of nominations will begin tomorrow, while the last day for the 200 wards will be the 29th of this month. Counting and results will then be declared on the 21st of October. And joining us with more details about the local body elections is our reporter Krishnamurthy, who's been tracking those developments very closely. Krishna, since it's all now just a day away, all of the personnel for this work surrounding the whole load of work already, have they been appointed? What are the inputs you are receiving on that end?
Well, Evelyn, the model code of conduct is applicable right from today, and there's increased security for the conduct of the polls, and in fact, the State Election Commissioner pointed out that the security will be on par with what was available to the states during the assembly polls conducted this year. Now, he also said that tight security will be on in all the polling booths across the state, and he said that even paramilitary forces will also be available to the states during the elections. And again, there are many firsts for the local body polls which are available this time around. And for the first time, electronic voting machines will be used for the local body polls in the states, and there will be 2 EVMs in each polling booths, one for electing the mayor and another for electing the local councillor. And also, it is the first time that the draft poll results are published on our corporation websites and also the State Election Commission website. And even booth slips will also be sent to residents to their respective houses. And people who don't receive can file complaints in their local corporation zones, and they will try to take the complaint and get their booth slips in 2 to 3 days. So these are many firsts in this election, and also elections again being conducted twice in two phases, one on 17th and one on 19th. And in the first phase, all 10 corporations in Tamil Nadu will undergo polling on the first, on the 17th, and the rest of the state will, the elections will be conducted on the 19th. The counting will be, and the results will be declared on 21st of October.
Right. And
security is one of the major concerns, because last time we witnessed a lot of violence in North Chennai because of infighting between two parties blaming each other. Now, the election commissioner said that they will take care of this time around with increased security, so that no untoward incidents take place. Evelyn?
So security a major concern there, and hopefully the men will in fact take their positions once those dates come in. Thanks very much indeed, Krishna, for joining us with your inputs there on that big story. Now, a former councillor of the Bahujan Samaj Party has moved the Madras High Court challenging a notification issued by the Tamil Nadu government regarding local body polls. In the petition, it has been alleged that proportionate representation was not being given to the people belonging to the scheduled caste, and urged the Madras High Court to direct the state government to give proportionate representation to them in all the 200 wards of the Chennai Corporation. The state government has been asked to reply within 2 weeks.
BSP former councillor Mr. Y. Nathan filed a writ petition challenging the notification issued by the government regarding a local body election, specifically for the Chennai City Municipal Corporation. This notification was issued only for the purpose of 155 wards, and following the reservation also followed only for the 155 wards. Subsequently, delimitation has been done and the area has been extended, and the ward numerical strength has been extended up to 155 to 200. The government should have given to the proportionate representation to the scheduled caste peoples according to the 243 subclass T of the Constitution of India. That was not given. It was not it is given in a deliberate manner, not in occasional.
Up ahead on the news tonight, as night closes in, a little boy who accidentally fell into death's open mouth is still waiting to be rescued. Operations will commence only tomorrow.